Hi everybody. Today we're going to be talking about how to prepare your setup and equipment to go largemouth bass fishing. According to Kraken Bass, the right rod, reel, and fishing line will improve your casting ability and can greatly enhance your bass catching potential. Which is why today we're going to start by talking about two types of reels. First is the spinning reel. This is a 6'6" rod with a 3-ball bearing system spinning reel. Next is the bait casting reel. This is a 7'2" rod with a 5-ball bearing system bait casting reel. They are similar in that they both can catch fish, however they differ in how you cast and retrieve the lure, and as well as which line you can use on each. Kraken Bass recommends that you use the 10 to 12 pound test monofilament line on the spinning reel for beginners because of its ease of use and its versatility with using many types of lures. Next I will discuss two types of lures or baits that people use when going largemouth bass fishing. The first is artificial lures. Artificial lures are typically made of wood or plastic and are reusable. Natural lures, or natural baits, are typically found in the environment of largemouth bass. They include live minnows, live bluegill, crawfish, and occasionally shrimp. These lures are used to, natural baits are used to attract the attention of fish because it is naturally occurring, and you are more likely to catch fish when you use natural baits. Unfortunately, natural baits are not reusable, and usually the subject to catch the fish usually dies after use. Artificial lures are typically used by fishermen because of the sport aspect of using something that's plastic or wood that doesn't naturally occur in the environment. So first we're going to talk about artificial lures that every fisherman should have in their tackle box, and that is the plastic worm. They come in many different shapes, sizes, and colors, and you can rig them in many different ways. This is the wacky worm setup with two different types of plastic worms. Plastic worms are effective at many times of the year and are very versatile in how you use them, where you use them, and how many fish you can catch. Next we're going to talk about the spinnerbait. Spinnerbait is very easy to use because all you need is a good knot. Good knot at the top of the spinnerbait, and you just cast it and retrieve it in just like any other lure. The spinnerbait attracts a lot of attention for largemouth bass based on its color and its action in the water with the spinners. Next we're going to talk about the buzzbait. The buzzbait is a very effective tool in every fisherman's tackle box because of its commotion that it causes in the water to attract the attention of largemouth bass. According to Frank Prokop in the Lure Encyclopedia, most anglers have definite ideas about what constitutes a good lure. Usually, their favorite lure is determined by a history of success. Consequently, favorite lures will always catch more fish than those that slowly rust in the bottom of the tackle box. Basically, go with your gut and use the lure that you think will work. Next, we're going to talk about the crankbait. The crankbait is a very versatile artificial lure that many bass fishermen use today. The crankbait can be used in all times of the year and has 2 treble hooks at the bottom to allow for optimal catching of bass. According to Fish Finder Guide, crankbaits are exceptionally convenient lure and are really simple to fish. They are usually fished in virtually any time of year. Next we're going to talk about terminal tackle. Terminal tackle is a very important part of every bass fisherman's setup. Terminal tackle are things like hooks, which are very important to use in catching fish. The terminal tackle also includes weights. This is a split shot weight. It's very small and it attaches to the line and allows the lure that you're using to sink to the bottom. The other type of weight is a bullet weight. The bullet weight attaches to the line and allows the lure to have a dancing action in the water to attract more attention from largemouth bass. Next is a pair of pliers. Every bass fisherman's tackle box should have a good pair of pliers because they are very versatile and they can be used to cut line, they can be used to remove hooks from fish mouths, and they can also be used to bend hooks back to their original shape. Finally, the most important part of every fisherman's tackle box is having a good camera. Being able to capture the moments that you have on the water by catching fish or just funny moments that happen on the boat or on the bank. Having a camera with you will make the memories that you have out on the water last forever, and you always want to cherish those moments as a good fisherman. Using all these techniques and all these lures and all this information I have provided will allow you to set up your bass fishing setup properly, and you'll be prepared to catch a few largemouth bass. Thank you.